Hello and welcome back to another video or audio if you're listening in an audio format. My name is Justyna. Welcome to my channel. If you're a returning viewer or listener, welcome back and thank you for joining me today. So here today I'm going to talk about the upcoming new moon happening on the 21st of October at 28 degrees of Libra. All right, so here if you have any placements at around 28 degrees of Libra or one of the remaining cardinal signs. Libra is a cardinal sign, so that would be, of course, Aries, Capricorn, and Cancer. Then you'll be under a greater influence of this new moon. If your birthday falls on the 21st of October, then happy birthday. And this coming year will bring some new beginnings. You'll be starting a new chapter in your life. That's what happens when our birthday falls on a new moon. So here, Libra is a cardinal air sign. So here, cardinal signs are the signs that initiate every season. So they are connected to action oriented energies, and this is also an action oriented new moon. Here Libra is a sign associated with relationships, harmony, balance. So here anything out of balance becomes very visible and noticeable around this time. Now a new moon occurs when the sun and the moon meet at the same degree in the same sign. This is the beginning of a brand new lunar cycle. So here the moon is dark at the time of a new moon. So this also symbolizes that whatever that comes up is initiated around this time. We might not have a full picture of where this project, relationship, idea will take us. It will take some time for the energies to unfold. So we'll have a look at the placements, the transits of that generally shape the energies of this new moon in a moment. And then I'll move into the forecast for each rising sign. So as always, I'll share my screen with you now so that you can see the chart of this particular new moon. All right, so as you can see this new moon here, we've got the 28th late degree of Libra. So whenever we've got an important lunation taking place at a late degree, there is a feeling of urgency. There is a feeling of running out of time and now or never feeling that is associated with those late degrees of here, the lunations. All right, so the 21st of October, and we've got, as you can see, this new moon is in a opposition to Chiron, slightly wide orb, and here we've got both the new moon and Chiron forming a square to Jupiter in Cancer. So this is so-called a T-square, and whenever Chiron is activated during a full moon or a new moon, it can bring up to the surface some unhealed memories, emotions. But at the same time, this can generally help us to see things from a different angle, different light. Perhaps some new possibilities could emerge for healing, for growth, depending on your life story circumstances. Now, let's not forget Libra is the sign associated with balance, beauty, and relationships. So this new moon brings a lot of harmonious energies, energies that promote peace, energies that highlight appreciation for art, beauty, enjoyment of life overall. So this is an amazing, amazing new moon for doing something beautiful, whether it is going to a concert or visiting a museum, for example, or reading a really inspiring book. It's about pleasure. It's about doing something that brings pleasure. It's about engaging in activities that restore that sense of calmness and harmony. especially if you feel like certain aspects of your life have been chaotic or perhaps overly stressful recently. So, what makes this new moon extra special is that its ruler Venus is also in the sign of Libra, which is a beautiful placement for Venus, of course, but Venus is unaspected. So, this means that Venus doesn't make any immediate connection with other planets. So, in astrology, this we would say that this gives Venus a sense of independence, a sense of purity, because Venus is not influenced by other planetary energies. So the way this could be interpreted, generally, this could be interpreted perhaps in certain situations, life situations, circumstances, we don't need other people's approval to know what's right for us, for instance. So this is a great moment to reinvent your style, for example, to decorate your space, to declutter your space as well, perhaps simply to just enjoy being yourself without needing external validation. Now, at the same time, we also have Mercury and Mars conjunction in the sign of Scorpio. And here, with Mercury being the planet associated with our mindset, rational thinking, curiosity, with Mars being the planet of action, drive, motivation. This combination of planets brings a really, really sharp focus, but also a tendency towards feeling more ambitious or courageous, more direct in communication style, for example. So for some, this could manifest as this really, really strong desire to get to the bottom of a certain issue, for example. This is an opportunity for clearing the air if perhaps conflict occurred in certain relationships in your life recently. But at the same time, this energy brings a lot of courage to take charge of a certain situation that has been unclear, for instance. On a different level, this could also manifest, especially with Libra, the new moon in Libra being at 28th degree of Libra, which is a very late degree, often indicating that sense of urgency and now or never feeling. So for some, this the Mercury and Mars conjunction in the sign of Scorpio, connected to intensity and really powerful energies, could also perhaps be a turning point for some people. Or some kind of new beginning in the sphere of work, in the sphere of relationships, for instance. Now, finally, the day after this new moon is exact, we've got Neptune moving back into Pisces. So here, Neptune will stay in Pisces until early 2026. And whatever area of life Neptune is returning to in your birth chart, this is also a chance for finishing, especially since Saturn is also here for just a short time until early 2026 as well. So there is a chance to complete something that was left unresolved, something that needs attention before Saturn and Neptune leave Pisces and move to Aries. All right, so let's see how this new moon will influence your life on a deeper level. So we'll look at each rising sign. You're going to find the timestamps in the comment section and the description box down below this video. So thank you very much and let's begin. Hello Aries and welcome to your new moon in Libra horoscope. So here this new moon activates your area of relationships, contracts you have with other people, any partnerships. So whether this is about some new beginnings in your marriage, in a business partnership or a platonic relationship, this will depend on your circumstances. But here your challenge is to generally balance is here to balance your powerful sense of self with the needs and the desires of others, because the T-square between Jupiter and Chiron might really, really push you to address any unhealed emotions, memories, some underlying relational issues that need your attention. It's about taking a direct, courageous approach. And of course, diplomacy, meeting halfway, fairness, mutual respect. These are the important strategies, keywords also associated with this new moon. Now, at the same time, here with Jupiter being activated as well, being the focal planet of this T square, watch out for any tendencies connected to overextending yourself, over promising. This is about staying grounded in their reality, but at the same time, this energy is also about asserting your needs while also trying to maintain peace. So without overreacting. If you feel like, for example, you find yourself in a challenging situation between yourself and another person, perhaps instead of reacting instantly, take a step back and think carefully before responding, because any instant sharp reactions can escalate to something serious, something that perhaps you might regret. And here with the Libra energy, we are trying to work with more harmonious approaches, for example, mutual respect. And this energy, this new moon is here to helping you to restore balance. So anything out of balance will become very visible and noticeable, giving you a chance for restoring that balanced energy overall. But at the same time, think about generally think about, for example, if you work with clients on one-to-one basis, this new moon is also great for generally improving the atmosphere, the ambience, the decor. For example, in your office, in your dining room, in your bedroom. This is also about creating more beauty, more harmony in places, in spaces that you share with others, especially here with your romantic partner. Or perhaps with your clients in your office if you work with people on one-to-one basis. All right, so thank you very much, Aries. And now let's have a look at Taurus. All right, so hello, Taurus, and welcome to your horoscope for the upcoming new moon in Libra. So here, this new moon activates your sixth house of everyday life, everyday routine, your lifestyle, your health is highlighted. So here, this new moon is generally here to help you to implement some adjustments in your everyday life to create more balance, to create more harmony, for you to feel more productive as well. So use this new moon to implement or perhaps to refine health, eating habits, perhaps your work responsibilities, duties. Here, this is an opportunity for generally paying attention to see what's working, what isn't. And at the same time, with Jupiter and Chiron activation with the T square, which I mentioned earlier, and also with Neptune moving back into Pisces the day after this new moon is exact, this energy could also bring up to the surface any unhealed emotions or memories, or generally any stress that perhaps you didn't have a chance to deal with, related to perhaps working too much, so overworking, or perhaps if you feel like you didn't really look after your health effectively enough. So this sort of energies, vibes could come up to the surface, and this is also your chance for implementing the necessary changes in your daily routine, daily life, create a much healthier routine that could positively impact your overall well-being, your lifestyle. But at the same time, it's also that Libra energy of the new moon could also prompt you to generally to beautify your workspace, to beautify your office, And it's a great time for decluttering your shelves, for decluttering your workspace, for getting some fresh flowers for your desk. So here it's not just about your routine, your health habits, but it's also about your surroundings as well. So it's a chance for bringing more comfort, more beauty into your everyday surroundings, to your workspace as well. All right, so thank you very much. Now, Geminis, for you, this new moon activates your fifth house. So the fifth house deals with the creative self-expression, romance, children. So this is generally a good new moon for starting some new hobbies, new creative projects, for example. For some, this could manifest as a going on a date as well. So this new moon is amazing for engaging in activities that bring pleasure, comfort, a sense of joy as well. So with Neptune re-entering your 10th house the day after this new moon is exact. This energy here with Neptune retrograde shows that in the final months of 2025 and the initial weeks of 2026, you'll have this amazing opportunity to finalize any projects, goals, ideas that you left unresolved, especially between May and September 2025, connected to your public life, outside world, career. But at the same time, this isn't about rushing into anything too quickly with Neptune's energy. This is about taking time. If something feels unclear, maybe wait for the fog and the sense of lack of focus to dissolve. And at the same time, here with the fifth house activation, this is also a great new moon for restoring balance and harmony within your romantic relationship, for example. It's a great new moon for planning an outing with a partner, with a friend. Something that generally is connected to creativity, art, beauty, maybe an outing to a museum or an art gallery, for instance, or some kind of book lounge. So we are looking for activities that are associated with Libra energy, and of course, which is beauty, creativity, harmony, art, and also with the fifth house. It needs to be something that brings you joy, something playful as well, something that brings or awakens, fulfills that sense of happiness. All right, so here that's the new moon. Now, moving forward, Cancers. All right, so Cancers, welcome. We've got this new moon in Libra activating your fourth house of home and family dynamics, your inner world, your emotional safety and security. So the focus here is on establishing inner and outer peace in your private area of your life, because the fourth house is a very sensitive, a very private area of the chart. So here we've got this amazing opportunity for some fresh new beginnings in the area of your home and emotional safety, security. So for some, this could manifest as a brand new beginning connected to some home renovations, home restorations. Perhaps you're planning a move with this new moon. At this point, this could be an idea, conversations, for example. It's a great time for also decluttering, for cleaning, decluttering, a key area of your home. At the same time, you might also feel like you want to add something new into your home space, maybe a new plant or a piece of art or some lightning, anything that could bring more calmness, more peaceful, harmonious energy. Now we've got also the T-square activated between the new moon, Chiron, and Jupiter. So for some, this could manifest as some possible tension happening in your area of career or public life, for example. Maybe for some, this could be about having to deal with several demands at your work connected to your career. Perhaps you might realize that you can't achieve everything or accomplish everything now, and some goals, objectives might have to be delayed, especially if you feel like they are affecting your emotional well-being, home and family dynamics, for example. Maybe during this new moon, you might need some time for peace and quiet in order to feel more productive in your outside world public life later on. And at the same time, this new moon is also wonderful for healing any emotions, any past memories connected to your home. All right, so let's have a look at Leos now. Leos, welcome. We've got this new moon activating your third house. So the third house deals with communication, learning, our mindset, news even as well. So with the influence of Libra, whatever that whatever intellectual projects that you work on around this time, they need to be delivered with Libra's fairness, grace. So here, generally, we've got this brand new cycle here happening on the 21st, activating your third house. So this could indicate that perhaps you're starting a new project, a new learning journey. Perhaps you're engaged in a new business, a website, a podcast, whatever it is. This new one is amazing for working with words, with working on intellectual projects. With this new moon, you might have this really strong urge to travel to a beautiful location, something somewhere with beautiful, stunning, outstanding architecture, for instance, or perhaps you might feel like you want to visit an art gallery, a museum. It's a great time for doing so, but also it's a good time for writing, for exploring some interesting books, for instance, or even some new hobbies, interest projects. This could also see you receiving some good news, having some inspiring conversations, getting involved in some kind of community work. Perhaps for some, this could indicate a brand new connection, networking, a new social account, for instance. So it's all about social interactions, your communication style, getting engaged in some intellectually stimulating projects, for example. Maybe you're entering or starting a new project with your sibling. So, as you can see, there are lots of different ideas, but what's very common with the third house new moon is movement, communication, news, and connections. This is very much highlighted. Right, so Virgos, for you, this is a new moon activates your second house, so the area of finances, income, resources, and generally the focus is on finding balance in your finances, in your income. You might be craving an object of beauty, of value here as well, but overall, use this new moon to initiate a new, more aesthetically pleasing and balanced approach to your budget, to your spending. It's about investing in quality rather than in quantity. So for some, this could manifest as being more aware of your outgoings, perhaps committing to buying fewer items this month or generally in the upcoming months, but also ensuring that the items that you buy are of a high quality, for example. Now, at the same time, since the second house also deals with our talents, our skills that we use to generate income, and this is also the area of our sense of self-worth. This Libra energy also is here to help you appreciate what you have achieved in your life, what you have learned in your life. It's about being more gentle with yourself. It's about being more aware of the contributions that you have done in your life. So it's about giving yourself some credit. Now, Libra, this is an important one for you. Of course, it's happening in your first house. And this new moon is an amazing opportunity for reinventing, for you to reinvent yourself, reinvent your style. And we also have the T square between Jupiter, Chiron, and this new moon. So this generally anything out of balance in your life becomes very prominent during this time, without a doubt. But overall, the first house deals with our sense of self, our identity, our personal style. So, in a way, this is your annual reset button, kind of like a reset new moon in a way. So, a great time for generally starting new hobbies, interests, new projects. For generally also readjusting your routine and at the same time the T square here with the new moon, Chiron, Jupiter, this energy is really pushing for adjustments. So perhaps you may need to make changes in your life, in your routine that will really benefit you in the long term. Here with Libra energy is more about quality rather than quantity. So perhaps you might want to pamper yourself or treat yourself to an object, an item, something of beauty or quality, for example, or a new haircut even, something that generally makes you feel immediately more confident and balanced. All right, so thank you very much, Libras. Now let's have a look at Scorpios. Scorpios, welcome. All right, so with Scorpio, this is your 12th house, new moon, and the 12th house deals with endings, spirituality, the hidden aspects of life as well. So this is an ideal new moon for taking a break, for resting, for contemplation, reflection. At the same time, with the 12th house energies, in some insecurities or limiting thoughts, energies, fears may come up to the surface, but this is your chance for releasing what is blocking you, what's holding you back, what you cannot control. What you might find very beneficial during this time is taking a nice calming bath with essential oils or with sea salt. It's about also beautifying, bringing more comfort to your surroundings. Perhaps some fresh flowers for your dining room, or maybe a new blanket or some lighting for your bedroom, something that brings more peace, more calming energy overall. So thank you very much. Now, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this new moon activates your area of friendships and long-term goals. And this is a new moon here. And this new moon, one thought that immediately came into my mind is a new connection, new friendship. And this could be very much the case. And also, this could be perhaps when you'll be joining a new group, starting a new project within a group, for instance, taking a fresh, different approach to how you act in or how you contribute, how you act in group situations, in group dynamics, for example. At the same time here with this new moon could also make you think carefully about certain associations, connections in your life, especially if you feel like things are out of balance or out of sync. Now, at the same time with the T square, so the new moon opposes Chiron, it forms this T square between T square and Jupiter becomes the focal planet. So this is also when you might be reflecting upon your future goals. Of course, we are approaching these final weeks and months of 2025. You might be perhaps you might realize that some of your goals, objectives for the future are no longer they don't resonate with the direction that you're heading. They are slightly out of sync. So at the same time, this could be like a wake up call in a way, making you realize what is in sync, what is out of alignment. And this is also in connection to your some of your friendships in your life, social circles. All right, so at the same time with the 11th house being activated, any outings to museums or conferences, some networking events are also beneficial for you. Anything to do with other people, group surroundings, group communities, dynamics, this is very much highlighted. Opportunities come usually through engagement in this sort of activities during the 11th house new moons. All right, so thank you very much. Let's have a look at Capricorns. Capricorns, for you, this new moon activates your area of career. So it's a really important new moon. So we've got some new beginnings in the area of your life direction, public life, career. So a fresh start, fresh energies as per the new moon essence, connected to your career goals, but there is a strong focus on balance, on comfort, on safety, diplomacy, collaboration, even as well. This new moon could indicate a new project involvement, a sense of recognition, good feedback, new opportunity, an interview, for example, a new direction. But at the same time, it's also a good time for beautifying your workspace. Maybe you're going for a new look, maybe you're beautifying your space. And whatever the scenario here with Libra, it's all about aesthetics and beauty, comfort, harmony. At the same time, perhaps for some, this could also manifest as business coaching, some kind of business career development workshops, courses. This is also very beneficial around this time. And thank you very much. Now, Aquarius, for you, this new one activates your 9th house of expansion, foreign places, foreign travel, higher education. So new moons are about new beginnings. And with the Libra energy here, we need to add an element of diplomacy and harmony, beauty as well. So here, for some, this could manifest as a new course of study, some kind of new intellectual, educational venture. Maybe you're starting a new career as a coach, for instance, or maybe you're diving deeper into astrology. So there's a lot of mental stimulation. And at the same time here, your worldviews might be changing. You're widening your perspectives, your opportunities, potentials. This new moon gives you more hope. And this new moon gives you a more optimistic outlook on your life as well. And if you're planning to travel, then take that Libra essence, Libra mindset into consideration. So generally, this is a good time for planning trips to places that generally have beautiful architecture or have a wide range of activities like museums or art galleries, for example, operas. So I'm thinking Venice. Actually, Venice came into my mind as a place connected to that Venusian Libra energy. Whatever that you do, whether you're planning a trip, whether you're starting a new educational journey in your life, whether you are embarking on a new career journey at this point, whatever the scenario, this is about integrating or giving yourself the opportunity to integrate a more balanced perspective in terms of whatever that you do start around this time. So thank you. And finally, Pisces. Pisces, for you, this is the activation of the 8th house. So the area of transformation, regeneration, shared and joint resources, other people's money. So really deep energies. And generally here with this new moon is a great time for reinventing or finding spark in the area of life that lost its spark and purpose, for example. So use this new moon to reset the balance in the area of debts, financial, emotional entanglements or dependencies. This is about focusing on fairness, on harmony, on balance. At the time of this new moon, we've got the new moon opposing Chiron, and then both Chiron and the new moon are forming a square to Jupiter. Jupiter becomes the focal planet. For some, this could manifest as some unhealed anxieties, fears, for example, healed emotions, especially connected to your relationships or past relationships. Could come up to the surface. The ruler of this new moon is Venus. Venus is unaspected, which also makes its energy very pure, independent, self-contained even. But the way this could manifest for you, this symbolizes the need for finding peace, for finding value within yourself before merging or committing too deeply with someone else, whether emotionally or financially or even energetically. Remember, the eighth house also is connected to these deep, deep soul like connections. So you don't have to lose yourself to love or to be good enough to deserve help or support. All right, so thank you very much.